Hi, I'm Frannie Armstrong, director of the Age of Stupid climate blockbuster.
And I'm Ed Miliband, Secretary of State for Energy and Climate Change.
And Ed is charged with going to Copenhagen in December, which is the UN climate summit, where they're going to decide all of our futures, basically. And at the moment, the best deal that's on the table is the UK's position, actually. And if that got accepted, and then if those cuts were carried out, not just in the UK, but across the developed world, that would give us only about a 50-50 chance of averting runaway climate change and preventing the deaths of hundreds of millions of people. And so what I really think, and I think a lot of people agree, is that 50-50 is not a good enough chance. There's nothing else in the way, that we're not waiting for technology or knowledge or anything. Yeah. It's just the politics. And, you know, our elected leaders, 50-50. Can you do better than that?
Well, look, I've said to you, Frannie, we need to be as ambitious as possible, and you're completely right. 2 degrees, if temperature increases go above 2 degrees, then you get negative feedback loops and much more dangerous prospects in terms of climate change. So we have to go as far as we can, as fast as we can. And part of my job is to try and help stitch together with America and China and others this international agreement that we need. But one of the things that we need is that people to look at this website, people to know more about the problem, people to campaign in the run-up to December, because we need people making their voices clear on this and saying, look, this really matters and we need the most ambitious agreement.
I completely agree that you actually can't get the right deal. Well, you could, but then you're going to get kicked out by the British public. You're going to get kicked out anyway, but that's a different subject. But it's very true that the public needs to move very, very quickly to understand the situation, how urgent it is, and then give the politicians space to make the right deal. Because obviously, if you do make the right deal in Copenhagen, that means we're going to be having new national legislation, which is going to change everybody's lives.
We're going to need that. We know we're going to have to go further and faster in a whole range of areas. And what we're talking about is a big revolution in the way we get around, in the way we get our energy, in the way we heat our homes. All of that is going to have to change. But we've also got to persuade other countries to change, because Britain is about 2% of the problem. It does mean we should show leadership, but it also means we've got to get others on board. And that's what we're doing. And that's why your film is so important, because it raises awareness for people about the scale of the challenge and the urgency of the challenge. And we need more of that. And that's why you're to be congratulated, even if I don't agree with everything in it, for doing it. And it's a brilliant initiative.
I mean, it's May now, we're at the Hay Festival, and so we've got, 6 or 7 months left to December.
Yeah.
There's so much work to do. I mean, and those 7 months are they're going to define our generation.
I completely agree.
This is how we're going to be remembered. And, you know, I think a lot of the public are saying, you know, the politicians have got to do it, and absolutely you have. But the public has such an important role, as does civil society. I mean, I think all of the NGOs and charities and everybody really needs to get together very quickly and say, you know, this is what civil society says. It's up to all of us, it really, really is, but you have got the biggest responsibility.
Okay, well look, very nice to have the chance to be on the BBC website and watch this space.